striking, you use your jab to measure. So when you're playing open guard and the person is kind of on their knees, on their feet, your feet also use to measure. Okay? So it's almost like creating distance because you want to disrupt. We talked about this and we did this somewhat standing. You disrupt their foot movement so that they can't effectively move around you. So what I want to do is I want to get his collar here. His foot is going to push as my left hand and left. He'll drag me diagonally as I scoot in, push it, and I come up. Maybe I'll be able to bump him off to the side, maybe I won't, but with that momentum, you have a lot of thrust. So you're going to start off both feet curling the knees, so you're kind of like your monkey paw on the feet. So you're pushing with the arch of your foot, not with your heel. Okay. Your right hand is going to be at that collar. And what I want to do, I want to pull him forward. I don't want to move out of his way. So the way I do that is kind of get even a little bit more bend in the knees. I'm going to put my hand and foot, and I'm going to lift myself diagonally as I switch from my left hip to my right, as my right foot pushes the leg. And I keep this hand like a tricep extension so I can come up, possibly bump him, whatever the case may be. Falls, not, I don't care, what more side. Okay? Time. Here, collar, drag. It's going to be here because you need extension. If you're too extended here, you already don't have any thrust with the leg. Okay? So, going to be here, just practice. Okay? Right away, the thigh, I tilt forward. My left hand and left heel touch the mat at the same time. I'm going to lift myself and I'm going to switch. And I'm going to use all that momentum to come up. Collar. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, switch. And I literally want to drive his face right into the mat. Okay? Because that's what gives you the ability to get up. Otherwise, you're going to be laying next to each other. You don't want to do that. It's weird in jiu-jitsu. Just laying there, spooning. All right, so look. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to use that to come up. So you want to get up. Because the question is, who's going to get to the top first here? And it's just a scramble. So you're going to find your range. Here, it's too far. I'm not going to push it. It's almost you kind of want to scoot in far enough, and then I'll show you how to get into this position and why it's very applicable. So I'm here, knees bent. 1, 2. As I lean this way, I drag myself this way here as I pull them, but at the same time I push, and I use that as a tricep extension. Sometimes they'll fall, sometimes they won't. But the point is that if you're getting your hips higher than theirs, they're going down, you're coming up, okay? This works fairly well. If they're here, you can do it, time it fairly fast. You don't have to do it all up guard, and then you're all 1, 2, 3, scoot, so I can push, and I lift up, because I want to really bump them with the hips, hip to hip, to get my near leg out, okay? The way that this is applicable from close guard, this move right here was what really helped me get to black belt, because I thought when I was a brown belt, how do I make him turtle fastest possible way? And I would start with guys from the guard, and I thought, okay, this just drag will work. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay up, go. And then I get here. And that would be the fastest way to get into turtle from close guard. And mentally, I'm thinking, make him turtle. Because from here, I would attack using the lapel. So from collar and sleeve guard, the way that this would work, collar, sleeve. One. That knee, same thing. Remember, this is the lasso. Near, lasso. Far, spider. Back to collar, sleeve. As I'm here, you start pulling back. Sit up just enough here. Foot and come on. Okay. So just start with your feet on the knees. Now, top person, have your hands out because you're gonna fall. It's a forward break fall. So when you fall, so your hands are stiff. You gotta be stiff because you don't want to go bam and that will leave a sweaty spot on the mat. You don't want that. You're gonna start like this. Feet kind of at a diagonal. Hand so that you're, yes sir. You have to time this. This is kind of like in your power zone for a leg press. Your hand is here. So I'm one, and I'm leaning forwards. 2, 3, and I pull, switch to the right hip, pull, and I use that momentum to come up, and I can open with that chest. You may stay up, because from here, go here. Okay? All right, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Call the drive.